Specifically, when an individual calls the senior helpline and completes the referral intake process, among the questions as part of the demographic session will now include how the individual identifies their sexual orientation and gender identity. It's estimated that there are at least 3 million LGBT individuals 50 years of age and older living in the U.S. and is expected to rise to 7 million by 2030. Justin Raimondo, a longtime gay rights activist and anti-war activist, has died. He was 67. Raimondo co-founded the website antiwar.com in 1995. He also wrote for conservative publications that criticized the U.S. involvement in Iraq and other conflicts. Raimondo was active in San Francisco politics in the 70s and 80s, and he pushed the Libertarian Party to support gay rights. WBBM News Time 5:34.
CBS News Update. History earlier today on the Korean Peninsula. CBS White House correspondent Stephen Portnoy.
They're face to face. And here's the step. President Trump has stepped onto North Korean soil, becoming the first American president to do so, walking alongside Kim Jong-un into North Korea as cameras roll.
The president says he and Kim Jong-un have agreed to restart staff-level talks.
For 2.5 years, we've had peace for 2.5 years with nothing signed. It was just based on relationship.
Matthew Koenig of the Atlantic Council on the results for North Korea.
He shows his people and shows the rest of the world that he's being treated as an equal by the leader of the most powerful state on earth. So this is a major propaganda victory for him. Second, he does want relief from the international sanctions. They are hurting the North Korean economy, and he knows the only way to get that sanctions relief is by negotiating with the United States and with the U.S. allies.
CBS News Update. I'm Bud Mishkin.
More than 240 guns were turned into Chicago police at a gun buyback event in East Garfield Park this weekend. It took place in People's Church of the Harvest. They could receive $100 for a gun and $10 for a BB or a replica gun with no questions asked. If you weren't able to come out this weekend, they're holding another gun turn-in on Saturday, July 13th. A downstate federal judge will head back to the bench after being removed over email.
Urbana-based federal judge Colin Bruce exchanged emails with a U.S. Attorney's Office employee and was removed from the bench. At the time, he was presiding over Congressman Aaron Schock's corruption case and Brent Christensen's murder trial. Judge Bruce was admonished by a panel of federal judges for sometimes improper communications, but according to the News-Gazette, the panel found that the emails did not affect his decision-making in cases. The paper says once he undergoes a review of ethics policies and watches a training video for judges, Judge Bruce will be allowed to return to the bench on September 1st. Jennifer Kuiper, News Radio 105.9 FM.
We may need some patience to go along with your 4th of July plans this year.
If you're driving somewhere this week to celebrate the 4th of July, get ready for big traffic jams. AAA estimates 49 million people will take a road trip this holiday. That would be a record high and 4% more than last year. A company called INRIX predicts traffic could be 4 times heavier than normal. The worst day on the roads is expected to be Wednesday, the day before the holiday. Wendy Gillette, CBS News.
Coming up, low gas prices before the increase tomorrow. We'll take a look at traffic and weather as well. WBBM News Time 5:36. You listen when your body says, I'm tired, or I'm hungry. Are you listening? Would you listen if your body said, I have pain and pressure in my abdomen. I feel bloated for no good reason. Or, I get too full too fast. I'm spotting, but I've already gone through menopause. Or, I have to go to the bathroom more often and more urgently than usual. These can be signs of a gynecologic cancer, like cervical, ovarian, uterine, vaginal, and vulvar cancers. Symptoms aren't the same for everyone. If your body says something may be wrong, please listen, learn the symptoms, and get the inside knowledge about gynecologic cancers. Call 1-800-CDC-INFO. A message from the Inside Knowledge Campaign and the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Now, those lowest leaders of the real stars of Chicago. 7-8 and 105.9 FM, WBBM.
By Flag Chevrolet in Grays Lake, choose from over 500 new and pre-owned vehicles and a huge selection of cars and trucks, including Chevy Silverado. Visit flagchevrolet.com. In Palatine and Speedway on Dundee and Hicks, it's gas for $2.78 a gallon. In Bolingbrook, the Shell on Bolingbrook and Frontage, it's gas for $2.97. If you see a low gas price, give us a call, 312-409-4277. WBBM News Time, 5:38. Traffic and weather together on the 8th. Here's Trent Erickson.
Some spots are clearing
Warming up. The inbound and outbound Edens, both of them are pretty good. 19 minutes going out from Montrose to Lake Cook. Come back in is 21 minutes. You're a little slow approaching the Kennedy Junction. And that's it. On the Kennedy itself, it's 40 minutes. Coming in from O'Hare to downtown, 27 from the Edens Junction. The outbound side is 13 to Montrose and 34 minutes out to O'Hare. Express lanes are just 8 minutes. Jump in those if you can. Inbound side of the Eisenhower, 36, Route 390 to downtown, 21 from Manheim. Back out is 24 to Manheim and 37 to Route 390. Stevenson inbound, 30 minutes and clear. In from 355 to get to Lakeshore Drive, and in from the Tri-State is 20 minutes. It's a 27-minute trip out to the Tri-State, slow from Ashland to Central. Dan Ryan in, slow from 35th and 24 minutes. 95th to downtown, 26 out and 47 to the merge is your delay. On I-57, all is well, both directions, and the inbound side of the Bishop Ford looks good too. Outbound is pretty slow off the Dan Ryan to the Steel Bridge yet, in 20 minutes. The Dan Ryan ticket to 8094. Lakeshore Drive northbound, jam from Fuller to the Belmont. The exit ramp is blocked at Belmont with police activity and all the action going on up north. And southbound slow from Addison to Belmont and past north to Chicago, as well as 57th to Hayes. Northbound Tri-State, slow from Bishop Ford to Halstead. Southbound is heavy from past 55 to a mile-long bridge with a crash pocket at 2 right lanes, and then your jam from Halstead to the Bishop Ford itself. Jane Addams, Reagan Veterans Memorial, routes 53 and 390 look pretty good and calm. Get traffic and weather together on the 8th every 10 minutes on News Radio 780 and 105.9 FM.
WBBM AccuWeather. It's going to be a warm, sticky night. Parts of the region seeing a shower or thunderstorm, low about 71. Tomorrow it's a morning shower or thunderstorm in the area. Otherwise, a hot, humid day with some sunshine and a high near 90. Tomorrow night, partly cloudy, sticky, and evening thunderstorm, low 72. And then Tuesday and Wednesday, some sunshine. There'll be a shower and thunderstorm around each day. Highs in the upper 80s. I'm AccuWeather Beatty Brown with Steve Bowers on Chicago's weather station, News Radio 780 and 105.9 FM.
WBBM News Time 540. Around the world, Taliban insurgents killed 8 election officials in a bomb attack in the southern Kandahar province. The Taliban detonated 4 stolen Humvees full of explosives outside the district's police headquarters, where the elections were taking place. At least 4 Afghan security officers were also killed. In Alaska, 3 people died, a 4th severely injured in a plane crash. Crash happened on Friday into a mountain on the north side of Turn Lake near Moose Pass. Family members said the survivor, 28-year-old Joy Cooper of Texas, was on vacation in Alaska with friends when the plane went down. Cooper suffered multiple broken bones and a partially collapsed lung, but is responsive in the hospital. A team was expected to be airlifted to the crash scene this weekend to recover the bodies. In Indiana, the Hammond School Board has laid off 25 school workers.
The job cuts, which passed on a 3-to-1 vote, come after recommendations last month to cut more than 130 positions district-wide because of a more than $10 million budget deficit. Northwest Indiana Times reports the Hammond School Board voted last May to shutter Columbia, Lafayette, and Miller Preschool. They will not open in the fall. Many of the workers let go were elementary teachers and aides. The cuts began at the teaching level because state law requires school officials to notify teachers of reductions in force prior to July 1st. Jan Coleman, News Radio 105.9.
Police are trying to piece together a motive after the grisly end to the case of a missing University of Utah student.
The local contractor has come forward, claiming Ajayi asked him in April to build a soundproof, hidden room behind a secret door at the house. After he turned down the job, Ajayi persisted, making repeated requests through text.
He was adamant about getting it done really fast, and money was no object. He needed to get it done before his girlfriend came into town.
Police say Mackenzie Lewis met Ajayi at a local Salt Lake City park at 3 a.m. June 17th. From there, police believe Ajayi then took her to his home. The next day, neighbors reported a large fire coming from the backyard.
This year is half over for the nation's car makers, and it's been fairly lackluster where sales are concerned.
Last year, we saw sales pick up in the second half because of tax reform. The year before, it was replacement demand from storms. Cox Automotive senior economist Jonathan Smoke says this year should break that pattern.
We're not banking on any of those things happening in 2019, and instead we think what we've experienced in the first half will continue in the second half.
Smoke sees full-year sales down slightly to 16.8 million. Jeff Gilbert, CBS News, Detroit.
And business is booming for those who buy used gold.
With gold prices at a 6-year high, people are cashing in, selling off their old jewelry.
Is huge news, and the fact that it's still there is even more positive news for the gold market.
President of the House of Khan Estate Jewelers, Tabina Khan, how much he anticipates regarding the price of gold in the coming months.